Holy shit. He said what?
You Kardashians, absolutely. Put the bill to Parliament now. Just strip them.
Well,
Just strip them of their titles. I'm done. I'm done.
Meghan doesn't really care what the British audience thinks of it, but her title and everything she has right now comes from Britain. Pretty much a talentless grifter.
But it's hardly a secret that the palace has already conducted secret meetings with members of the government to discuss putting the plan into action.
What if I told you Meghan Markle's worst nightmare is finally crashing down right in front of her? Reports are exploding that King Charles and the House of Lords are moving on petitions to strip her of her royal titles.
There are growing calls to strip Harry and Meghan of their royal titles. The New York Post is reporting that locals in the UK say enough is enough.
And the Duchess of Drama is allegedly spiraling. Yes, the woman who spent years cashing in on her connection to the very monarchy she trashed could now lose the only thing that gave her global status in the first place, those shiny titles.
That you don't call another human being Your Highness?
And let's be real, without Duchess of Sussex stamped next to her name, Meghan is just another Hollywood reject who married into royalty, stirred chaos, and tried to play victim on repeat.
Meghan has always been a mad, keen player of the victim card.
Harry and Meghan take their audience for fools. They blame everybody but themselves.
The irony? She built her empire on slamming the royal family, yet still clings to their name like a lifeline. Now, with Charles quietly signaling support and William sharpening the axe for the moment he becomes king, Meghan's glamorous illusion is collapsing fast.
According to a source, here's the quote, Prince William plans to flex his muscles and wipe his wayward brother Prince Harry and his power-hungry wife Meghan from the history books, it says.
The House of Lords petitions may not carry legal power, but the noise is deafening, and for Meghan, perception is everything. Because if the world starts calling her plain old Meghan Markle again, that's not just a downgrade, it's a total annihilation of the brand she's been desperately clinging to.
You just wait until Prince William is king. Meghan Markle is going to be humbled very quickly.
But trust me, this meltdown is only the beginning. The whispers started small. An online petition buried deep in political forums calling for Meghan Markle to be stripped of her titles. Nobody thought it would matter, yet it exploded like wildfire across royal gossip channels, Twitter threads, and YouTube commentary feeds.
According to a report, Prince William plans on stripping both Harry and Meghan of their HRH titles.
Suddenly, hashtags like "strip Meghan of her titles" were trending, fueled by millions who had grown tired of her constant complaints and Hollywood-style victim tours. The petition was symbolic, of course. It doesn't carry the force of law, but that didn't matter because perception is what Meghan fears most. Every share, every click, every viral video made the narrative more real, and the headlines practically wrote themselves. Public demands Meghan's titles be removed.
Before you gave up any royal duty, but wanted to have your royal cake and eat it by keeping your titles so you could exploit them and make gazillions of dollars in America.
The House of Lords was dragged into the storm with whispers that members of Parliament were entertaining discussions that the monarchy could no longer afford to be weighed down by Meghan's controversies. For Meghan, this wasn't just chatter, it was a digital mob pulling at the last thread of her royal facade. And instead of silencing the frenzy, the rumors grew louder, painting her as a liability to the crown and a laughingstock to the public. The more people fueled the petitions, the weaker her grip on those titles looked, and the internet smelled blood. But the part Meghan never saw coming was how quickly the frenzy would snowball into something far darker.
I think the understanding is that when he becomes monarch, they will be formally stripped of the HRH.
And I'm sure Prince William has a lot of support for that from the public.
When you strip the noise away, here's the cold truth. No official record exists of King Charles marching into Parliament to demand Meghan's titles be shredded. The House of Lords isn't holding emergency meetings to erase Duchess of Sussex from history books. That's the fiction. But here's the kicker. The fiction has become more powerful than the facts, and Meghan has no one to blame but herself. Because after years of painting herself as a victim while cashing in on her connection to the crown, the world is quick to believe any headline that paints her as cornered, panicked, and losing power. The gossip industry knows it, which is why they keep pumping out stories that sound like Meghan's downfall is only one royal decree away.
The Queen of pretending to be Princess Diana, of the fake Duchess at Disneyland.
Slay the dragon, save the princess.
It doesn't matter that the House of Lords petitions are toothless. It matters matters that people want to believe Meghan's reign as Duchess is circling the drain. And every time she pops up with a Netflix deal, a podcast complaint, or a conveniently timed sob story, the fiction hardens into reality for the public. She's trapped in her own PR disaster, where perception outweighs evidence. And if the line between fact and rumor keeps blurring, Meghan might find herself destroyed not by royal law, but by public opinion itself. Forget the petitions for a moment, because Meghan's real nightmare isn't a hashtag, it's Prince William. Reports say he's ready to swing the axe on the HRH styling the moment he takes the throne. And unlike the noise online, that move would have teeth.
The HRH is only given to working royals and senior because it denotes a level of respect in the public.
The Sandringham Agreement already banned Meghan and Harry from using HRH after they bolted from royal duties, yet Meghan couldn't resist sprinkling it onto branded gift baskets, products, and signatures.
With the compliments of HRH, which is Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
As if clinging to a crown she publicly spat on. That's the level of arrogance that has royal insiders boiling, using a title she agreed to give up just to squeeze more glamour into her struggling brand. William, unlike his father, doesn't play the soft diplomat. He's already been painted as the enforcer in palace circles. And when his time comes, Meghan's royal safety net is gone. No Her Royal Highness, no regal stamp, no way to market herself as more than a reality TV tier celebrity who married into status. And you can bet Meghan knows it. That's why the rumors of petitions sting so badly. They remind her that the one person standing between her and irrelevance isn't Charles. It's William, and he's not planning on saving her.
I'm very angry about the ongoing attacks and diminishing of the reputation of the royal family and the monarchy, and simultaneously make millions from fleecing their royal titles.
Strip away the glitz, and Meghan Markle's titles are the only thing standing between her and total irrelevance. Without Duchess of Sussex stamped on every article, podcast, and Netflix pitch deck, she's just Meghan Markle, a mid-tier actress with a forgettable resume and a knack for drama. The titles give her credibility she could never earn on her own, a shortcut to rooms she'd never enter otherwise, and the shiny veneer that turns her from failed TV star into global figure. That's why she clings to them like oxygen. Every brand deal, every red carpet invite, every headline she hijacks depends on those two words, Duchess Meghan. Take them away, and suddenly she's exposed for what she really is.
My name is Meghan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
Another celebrity chasing relevance, another Hollywood personality trying to stretch 15 minutes into a career, and that terrifies her because Meghan built an entire empire on the illusion of royal prestige while simultaneously trashing the very institution that gave it to her. It's hypocrisy wrapped in entitlement, and the public sees right through it. Losing those titles wouldn't just bruise her ego, it would collapse the empire she's been trying to build brick by shaky brick. And the cruelest part, nobody in the palace looks ready to stop that collapse from happening. Behind palace walls, silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. While Meghan scrambles to control the narrative with interviews, leaks, and carefully staged photos, the royal family plays the long game.
Well, Meghan specifically, her social media gets a significant amount more views than the Prince and Princess of Wales. I think it's almost shameless, and it's more about clickbait and generating her own headline.
King Charles may smile politely in public, but insiders know he's obsessed with protecting the monarchy's image, and Meghan's endless controversies are dead weight. Every time she opens her mouth, the institution takes another hit, and every time she tries to brand herself as royalty, the palace tightens its grip. But Charles is cautious. He prefers subtle pressure over public execution. The one to watch is William. Ruthless, calculated, and already preparing for the crown, William doesn't see Meghan as family. He sees her as a liability. For him, cutting her loose isn't personal, it's survived. The monarchy has weathered abdications, scandals, and divorces, but Meghan's constant circus is different. It's a parasite draining credibility.
Meghan ruined Harry.
Hey, it's the husband formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job?
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
So while Meghan panics at petitions and rumors, the real danger is the quiet conversations happening in gilded rooms. Conversations about how to protect the crown by erasing her influence entirely. She's not part of those talks. She never will be. And that's the cruelest truth. While she screams for attention, the royals simply wait for the perfect moment to end her relevance in one decisive strike. If there's one thing Meghan has mastered, it's feeding the very media machine she claims to despise. The tabloids and gossip channels don't need facts when Meghan provides endless drama. They can twist into viral gold.
No matter how hard I tried, no matter how good I was, no matter what I did, they were still going to find a way to destroy me.
A single whisper about petitions or royal punishments becomes a headline splashed across screens worldwide because Meghan is guaranteed clicks. Whether people tune in to laugh at her, roast her, or cheer for her downfall, YouTube channels thrive live on dissecting her every move. Facebook videos rack up millions mocking her royal meltdown, and tabloids rake in cash painting her as the desperate duchess clinging to fading glory. And here's the sting: Meghan can't fight back. Every time she tries to set the record straight, she only hands the media another news cycle of material. The more she pushes back, the deeper she sinks, looking insecure, frantic, and out of control.
But this has been Meghan Markle's MO from the beginning. She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibilities. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public service.
For the press, Meghan is a gift that never stops giving, a headline factory who keeps them fed with scandal after scandal. And while she sees herself as a victim of lies, the public just sees entertainment. Her name is no longer tied to respect. It's tied to chaos, and the media has no reason to stop exploiting her because every meltdown pays the bills. Behind the polished photo shoots and staged smiles, Meghan's world looks like it's cracking under the pressure. Every headline about losing her titles reportedly sends her into panic mode, pacing halls, firing off angry calls, and demanding damage control from PR teams that can't keep up with the chaos.
But wanting to exploit their royal titles, I think it stinks. And I think what King Charles should do, he should just strip them of the titles.
For someone who once bragged about rewriting the royal rules, she now looks like a cornered actress watching her last role slip away. And poor Harry, stuck in the middle, torn between defending Meghan's pride and facing the cold reality that his family has had enough. Insiders whisper about shouting matches, frantic late-night plans, and Meghan spinning every rumor into a personal attack, as if the entire monarchy wakes up plotting her downfall. The truth? The palace doesn't need to lift a finger. Her own paranoia is doing the job for them. Instead of projecting power, Meghan projects desperation, and the public eats it up. The more unhinged she looks, the more believable the narrative becomes that she's losing everything.
She hated being in Britain. She hated being a royal.
What should be a dignified silence has turned into a storm of panic that makes her look weak, unstable, and completely out of her depth. And if this spiral continues, Meghan won't need petitions or decrees to destroy her image. She'll do it herself. Step back from the noise, and Meghan's saga isn't just about titles, it's about legacy, power, and survival. The monarchy has faced storms before, but Meghan's constant circus has become a symbol of everything the royals fear. Modern scandal packaged for mass consumption. To the public, she's not a duchess. They see her as a reality TV villain, a self-styled rebel who thought she could outmaneuver centuries of tradition with staged interviews and teary sound bites. Instead, she's positioned herself as the weakest link in the royal chain, and the crown knows it.
She controls every single situation like she is the star, and she's turned Prince Harry into a man of non-substance.
William's future reign will hinge on proving he can protect the institution from reputational parasites, and Meghan is Exhibit A. Stripping her of titles wouldn't just erase her fake sense of power, it would send a message to anyone else hoping to exploit the crown for clicks and cash. And that's the bigger picture. Meghan isn't being treated like family anymore. She's a cautionary tale, a headline, a meme, a scandal to study. Her titles are hanging by a thread, and when that thread snaps, Meghan won't just lose her duchess status, she'll lose the illusion that she ever mattered in the first place. And once that happens, the royal game moves on without her. So here's where we stand. Meghan Markle's royal dream is dangling by a thread, and every rumor, every petition, every whisper in the halls of power only tightens the noose.
What do you think's the biggest mistake that Harry and Meghan have made?
Leaving the royals. The people of England loved her and loved Harry, and I mean, they were the stars. Everybody loved them in England.
The House of Lords petitions might not carry legal weight, but the noise they create exposes Meghan's worst fear, that her titles are temporary, her influence is borrowed, and her entire brand collapses the moment the royals decide they've had enough. King Charles may keep his cards close, but William is sharpening the blade, ready to erase her HRH the instant he takes the throne, and Meghan knows it. Every frantic PR stunt, every calculated sob story reeks of desperation from a woman watching the sand run out of the hourglass. The monarchy has survived wars, abdications, and betrayals, but Meghan's contribution will be nothing more than a cautionary chapter about how fast royal glamour can evaporate when arrogance and hypocrisy take over. And if you think this scandal was explosive, wait until you see what happens when her own family turns against her. Because Meghan isn't just fighting the crown, she's battling her past too. For the shocking truth behind that meltdown, don't miss our last video, only on Sections Star Spotlight.